Every day you wake up with a choice that most people never realize they're making. You can carry yesterday's disappointments into today, or you can leave them behind and create space for something greater. Too many people walk through life carrying invisible baggage. They carry old failures, harsh words from years ago, broken relationships, fear of rejection, and endless self-doubt. They wonder why they feel exhausted before the day even begins. The answer is simple. You cannot fill your life with confidence while your mind is overflowing with negativity. Before you can receive new opportunities, new strength, and new happiness, you must first empty out what no longer serves you. The quality of your life depends on the quality of what you allow to stay in your mind. Think about a glass filled with dirty water. You can complain about the dirt all day, or you can begin pouring in clean water until the dirty water disappears. Your mind works the same way. Every encouraging thought replaces a discouraging one. Every grateful moment weakens resentment. Every courageous decision pushes fear a little farther away. You don't become successful because you never experience negativity. You become successful because you refuse to let negativity become permanent. Your greatest victories begin the moment you stop feeding your biggest fears. Many people believe confidence comes before action. They wait until they feel brave enough, smart enough, or prepared enough before taking the first step. But confidence is not a prerequisite. Confidence is the reward for taking action despite uncertainty. Every successful person has experienced fear. Every leader has doubted themselves. Every champion has faced moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. The difference is they didn't allow those emotions to control their decisions. They acted anyway. Action is what empties fear from your life. Your environment has a powerful influence over your mindset. If you're constantly surrounded by people who complain, criticize, and expect failure, negativity becomes normal. It quietly shapes your expectations and limits your dreams. But when you intentionally surround yourself with people who challenge you, encourage you, and believe in possibilities, your perspective begins to change. Energy is contagious. Choose to spend more time with people whose vision is bigger than their excuses. Protect your mind as carefully as you protect your future because they are deeply connected. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that their past defines their future. Maybe you've failed before. Maybe you've been rejected, betrayed, or overlooked. Those experiences may explain where you are today, but they do not determine where you'll be tomorrow. Every morning gives you a fresh opportunity to rewrite your story. The pages behind you cannot be changed, but the pages ahead are still blank. Stop rereading chapters that are over. Pick up the pen and begin writing a better ending. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to empty out negativity. It's impossible to focus completely on what you have while constantly obsessing over what you lack. Gratitude doesn't ignore problems. It changes your perspective toward them. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Every challenge carries a lesson. Every setback contains a hidden opportunity. The strongest people are not those who avoid difficult seasons. They are the ones who discover purpose inside them. Your words matter more than you realize. The conversations you have with yourself shape every decision you make. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, your actions will eventually reflect that belief. But when you begin speaking with conviction, your mindset starts to transform. Replace "I can't" with "I will find a way." Replace "I'm stuck" with "I'm growing." Replace "this is impossible" with "this is my opportunity to become stronger." Your future begins with the language you choose today. There will always be obstacles. There will always be unexpected disappointments, difficult people, and moments when life feels unfair. But remember, the circumstances do not create your identity. Your response creates your identity. Anyone can stay positive when everything is perfect. True character is revealed when life becomes uncomfortable. That is when you decide whether negativity will control you or whether purpose will lead you forward. Stop waiting for the perfect moment because perfection is an illusion. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Progress has never required perfection. Every small step forward builds momentum. Every decision to keep moving weakens fear. Every day you refuse to quit strengthens your future. Success is not built in giant leaps. It is built through consistent actions repeated over time until extraordinary results become inevitable. Imagine what your life could become if you emptied out every limiting belief you've been carrying for years. Imagine waking up without resentment weighing on your heart. Imagine replacing fear with faith, doubt with determination, excuses with action, and hesitation with confidence. That version of you already exists. It has always existed. It has simply been buried beneath years of negative thinking. Today is your opportunity to uncover it. The world doesn't need another person hiding their potential. It needs someone willing to believe bigger, dream bigger, and act bigger. Don't allow temporary pain to steal a permanent purpose. Don't let one failure convince you to abandon your future. Every challenge you've survived has prepared you for the next level of your life. You are stronger than your circumstances, greater than your fears, and more capable than you've allowed yourself to believe. So make a decision today. Empty out the negativity. Release the anger. Let go of the excuses. Walk away from the limiting beliefs that have held you back for far too long. Fill your mind with possibility, your heart with gratitude, and your actions with courage. Because the moment you create space for greatness, greatness begins to fill your life. Your future is not waiting for someone else to change it. It is waiting for you to take the first step. Start now. Believe now. Rise now. Your best chapter is ready to begin. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the exact same situation and walk away with completely different results? One person sees an impossible obstacle, while the other sees an exciting opportunity. The difference isn't talent, luck, or even intelligence. It begins with the thoughts they choose to believe. Every achievement you've ever admired was first born in someone's mind before it became reality. Likewise, every dream that died off and started with a single destructive thought, I'm not good enough, I'll probably fail, or this isn't for someone like me. Your thoughts are not just passing conversations inside your head, they are the architects of your future. They influence how you feel, how you act, and ultimately what you become. If your mind constantly repeats messages of fear and doubt, your actions will naturally become smaller, weaker, and more hesitant. But when your thoughts are filled with possibility, determination, and belief, your actions begin to reflect that confidence. The quality of your life is deeply connected to the quality of your thinking, and every extraordinary transformation begins by changing what happens inside your own mind. Think about how often people surrender before life ever gives them a real challenge. They don't lose because they lack ability. They lose because they convince themselves defeat is inevitable. The mind has an incredible ability to turn imagination into reality. If you imagine failure every day, your brain starts preparing for failure. You hesitate, you procrastinate, you avoid risks, and eventually your fears become real. But imagine using that same powerful mind differently. Imagine waking up every morning believing that every setback contains a lesson, every mistake is temporary, and every challenge is preparing you for something greater. Suddenly, your posture changes. Your decisions become bolder. Your confidence begins to grow because your mind is no longer working against you. It is working for you. Success is rarely an accident. It is usually the result of someone who refused to let negative thoughts become permanent beliefs. The most dangerous lies are not the ones spoken by other people. They are the ones we quietly repeat to ourselves every single day. Some people have carried negative labels since childhood. They were told they weren't smart enough, talented enough, attractive enough, or capable enough. Over time, those words stopped sounding like opinions and started sounding like facts. Yet those labels were never your identity. They were simply someone else's limited perspective. The moment you begin questioning those old beliefs, you reclaim your power. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask yourself, what if I succeed beyond anything I've imagined? Instead of focusing on everything that could go wrong, focus on everything that could go right. Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it, so make sure the voice you hear most often is one that encourages you instead of defeating you. Every successful person understands that controlling their thoughts is not something they do once. It is something they practice every day. Your brain naturally pays attention to problems because it is designed to protect you, but greatness requires training your mind to look beyond immediate fear. When disappointment arrives, don't allow it to become your permanent address. When criticism comes, don't let it define your worth. When failure appears, don't mistake it for your identity. Learn to pause before reacting to negative emotions. Ask yourself whether your thoughts are based on facts or simply on fear. Many of the limitations people live with exist only because they never challenge the stories they continue telling themselves. The strongest people are not those who never experience doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let doubt make their decisions. Imagine treating your thoughts the way a successful gardener treats a beautiful garden. Every day, weeds try to grow alongside the flowers. The gardener doesn't get angry about the weeds. They simply remove them before they spread. Your mind works exactly the same way. Negative thoughts will always appear from time to time. Fear, worry, jealousy, insecurity, and frustration are part of being human. The problem begins when you allow those thoughts to take root and multiply. Every negative belief you entertain steals energy from your dreams. Every positive belief you nurture strengthens your ability to move forward. Protect your mind with the same determination that you would protect your family, your future, or your greatest treasure, because your thoughts determine the direction of your entire life. Feed your mind with hope, gratitude, learning, and possibility, and you'll discover strengths you never knew you possessed. Right now, regardless of your age, your background, or your current circumstances, you have the power to make one life-changing decision. You can decide that your past will no longer dictate your future and that your inner dialogue will no longer be filled with excuses or fear. Every morning gives you another opportunity to choose empowering thoughts over limiting ones. Every challenge gives you another opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. Every goal reminds you that your future is still being written. The person you become tomorrow depends largely on the thoughts you choose to believe today. When you fill your mind with confidence, purpose, resilience, and possibility, your actions begin to reflect that new identity. And once your actions change consistently, your results will inevitably follow, proving that the greatest victory you will ever win is first won inside your own mind. Imagine trying to pour fresh, clean water into a glass that is already filled with muddy water. No matter how pure the new water is, it cannot transform the glass until the dirty water is emptied first. Your mind works exactly the same way. Many people spend years searching for confidence, happiness, success, and peace, but they never remove the negativity that occupies their thoughts. They attend seminars, read books, watch motivational videos, and set ambitious goals, yet deep inside they continue holding on to fear, resentment, guilt, disappointment, and limiting beliefs. Those emotional burdens silently drain their energy and steal their potential. You cannot expect a positive life while feeding your mind with negative emotions every single day. The first step toward becoming your best self is not adding something new. It is letting go of everything that no longer serves your future. Every piece of negativity you release creates room for fresh ideas, stronger confidence, and greater opportunities to enter your life. One of the heaviest things a person can carry is the weight of the past. Many people relive old failures as though they happened yesterday. They replay painful memories, embarrassing moments, broken relationships, missed opportunities, and personal mistakes over and over until those experiences become their identity. But your past was meant to teach you, not imprison you. Every setback carries a lesson, but once the lesson is learned, there is no reason to keep carrying the pain. Think about how much energy is wasted looking backward instead of moving forward. Every minute spent regretting yesterday is a minute stolen from building tomorrow. You cannot rewrite yesterday's chapter, but you have complete control over the pages that remain unwritten. When you finally decide to release the emotional baggage you've been carrying for years, you'll discover that progress feels lighter, hope feels stronger, and your future suddenly becomes much brighter than your past. Excuses are another form of negativity that quietly destroys dreams. They often sound reasonable at first. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have enough money. I don't have the right connections. People like me never succeed. The problem with excuses is that they create comfort while secretly stealing your potential. They convince you that circumstances are more powerful than determination. The truth is that every successful person has faced obstacles that could have become permanent excuses, but they chose action instead. They understood that waiting for perfect conditions is another way of delaying greatness. Every excuse you eliminate strengthens your confidence because each small action proves that you are more capable than your fears suggested. The moment you stop explaining why something can't be done, your mind automatically begins searching for ways to make it happen. Fear is perhaps the most common form of negativity that prevents people from living extraordinary lives. Fear whispers that you're not ready, not experienced enough, or not talented enough. It tells you to stay where it's comfortable because stepping into the unknown feels risky. But consider this: everything you've ever wanted exists just beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. Every promotion, every successful business, every meaningful relationship, and every incredible achievement required someone to face uncertainty before experiencing victory. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that your dreams matter more than your doubts. Every time you confront a fear instead of running from it, you weaken its control over your life. Little by little, the fears that once seemed impossible become stepping stones toward the person you are becoming. Another hidden source of negativity is resentment. Holding on to anger towards someone who hurt you may feel justified, but in reality it often hurts you far more than the other person. Bitterness occupies valuable space in your heart and mind that could otherwise be filled with creativity, peace, gratitude, and purpose. Forgiveness does not mean approving of what happened or pretending the pain never existed. It means refusing to let someone else's actions continue controlling your emotions and your future. When you forgive, you break invisible chains that have been limiting your happiness for years. You reclaim your emotional freedom and redirect your energy toward building the life you deserve instead of reliving the pain you experienced. Freedom begins when you stop allowing yesterday's wounds to determine today's attitude. Now picture yourself standing at the doorway of a brand new chapter in your life. Behind you are years of self-doubt, negative beliefs, fear, excuses, regret, and emotional weight. Ahead of you is endless possibility, but there is one condition. You cannot carry all that old baggage into your future. Success demands space. Confidence demands space. Joy demands space. Growth demands space. Every day gives you another opportunity to empty your mind of thoughts that weaken you and replace them with beliefs that empower you. Let go of the voices that say you cannot. Release the memories that no longer help you grow. Refuse to let negativity become a permanent resident in your life. The more you empty yourself of what holds you back, the more room you create for courage, purpose, determination, and extraordinary success to take root, transforming not only the way you think, but the way you live every single day. Your mind is the one place you visit every single second of every single day. You can change your job, move to a different city, build a new business, or surround yourself with different people, but you can never escape your own thoughts. That is why taking control of your mind is one of the greatest responsibilities you will ever have. Many people believe that confidence, discipline, and success simply appear one day, but they don't. They are built through daily mental habits. Every morning, before the world begins demanding your attention, you have an opportunity to decide what kind of mindset you will carry into the day. Will you wake up focused on your problems, or will you focus on your possibilities? Will you allow yesterday's disappointments to define today's attitude, or will you choose to begin again with hope and determination? The direction of your life is influenced by these small daily decisions far more than by occasional moments of inspiration. Greatness is never created in a single day. It is created by winning the battle inside your mind every single day. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that negative thinking is automatic while positive thinking is unrealistic. The truth is that both are habits, and every habit becomes stronger through repetition. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you're not capable, your brain begins accepting that belief as reality. Soon you hesitate before taking opportunities, you avoid challenges, and you settle for less than you deserve. But imagine replacing those limiting thoughts with empowering ones every day. Imagine reminding yourself that every skill can be learned, every setback can become a lesson, and every difficult season can make you stronger. At first, it may feel uncomfortable because your mind is used to old patterns. But over time, those new beliefs become your default way of thinking. Just as exercise strengthens the body, daily positive thinking strengthens the mind until confidence becomes a natural part of who you are. The quality of your inner conversation determines the quality of your outer performance. Every day, whether you realize it or not, you are speaking to yourself thousands of times. The question is, what kind of words are you using? Are you constantly criticizing yourself for every mistake, or are you encouraging yourself to keep improving? Successful people are not perfect. They simply refuse to become their own worst enemy. They understand that mistakes are temporary, but quitting creates permanent regret. When something goes wrong, instead of saying, "I always fail," they ask, "What can I learn from this?" That simple shift changes everything. It transforms disappointment into education and failure into preparation. By consciously choosing encouraging, constructive self-talk each day, you become someone who is prepared to face challenges instead of someone who is defeated by them before the battle even begins. Daily control of your mind also means protecting it from unnecessary negativity. Every day the world competes for your attention. Social media, negative news, criticism, gossip, and comparison constantly attempt to influence the way you think. If you are not intentional about what enters your mind, someone else will control it for you. Imagine feeding your body junk food every single day and expecting to feel energetic and healthy. The same principle applies to your thoughts. If your mind is constantly filled with fear, complaints, and pessimism, your emotional strength begins to weaken. But when you intentionally consume uplifting books, inspiring conversations, valuable knowledge, and messages that challenge you to grow, your mindset becomes stronger. Every piece of information you allow into your mind is either building your future or quietly damaging it. Protect your thoughts as carefully as you protect your greatest dreams. Consistency is where real transformation happens. Many people become motivated after watching an inspiring video or attending a powerful event, but motivation fades if it is not supported by daily discipline. Taking control of your mind means choosing the right thoughts, not just when you feel inspired, but also on the days when life feels difficult. It means practicing gratitude when circumstances are challenging, believing in your future when results are slow, and continuing to move forward even when nobody is cheering for you. These small daily victories may seem insignificant at first, but they compound over time, just as a tiny stream can eventually carve through solid rock. Your daily mental habits gradually reshape your character, your confidence, and your future. The person you become is not determined by one extraordinary decision, but by thousands of ordinary decisions repeated with consistency. Imagine looking back 1 year from today and realizing that you intentionally trained your mind every single day. Think about how different your life could become. The fears that once controlled you would lose their power. The doubts that once stopped you would become quieter. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming would become opportunities to prove your strength. You would begin making decisions from confidence instead of insecurity, from hope instead of fear, and from purpose instead of uncertainty. Every sunrise would remind you that your mindset is a choice, not an accident. You don't have to wait for life to become easier before becoming stronger. You become stronger by mastering your thoughts every day, one decision, one belief, and one action at a time. That daily commitment doesn't just change the way you think, it changes the way you live, the way you lead, and the legacy you leave behind. Every great story of success begins with a challenge that looked impossible at first. No one reaches extraordinary heights by living a life free from obstacles. Difficult moments are not signs that life is against you. They are opportunities for life to reveal the strength that already exists within you. The problem is that most people see challenges as roadblocks instead of stepping stones. The moment something goes wrong, they immediately ask, why is this happening to me? But what if you asked a different question? What if, instead, you asked, what is this challenge trying to teach me? That simple shift in perspective changes everything. Every obstacle carries a hidden lesson. Every disappointment contains valuable wisdom, and every setback has the potential to prepare you for a greater opportunity. The people who accomplish remarkable things are not those who avoid hardship. They are the ones who learn to transform hardship into fuel for growth. Think back to the most difficult season of your life. At the time, it probably felt unfair, painful, and overwhelming. You may have questioned your abilities, doubted your future, or wondered if things would ever improve. Yet, if you look closely, you'll often discover that those painful experiences shaped your character more than your comfortable ones ever could. Challenges teach patience when success cannot. They build resilience when comfort never will. They reveal courage that remains hidden during easy times. Every difficult moment forces you to discover strengths you didn't know you possessed. Just like fire refines gold and pressure creates diamonds, life's greatest challenges refine your character and prepare you for responsibilities that only strong people can carry. The pain you experience today may become the wisdom that guides someone else tomorrow. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that failure is the opposite of success. In reality, failure is often part of success. Every successful entrepreneur has experienced losses. Every champion has suffered defeats. Every respected leader has made mistakes. What separates them from everyone else is not perfection, but persistence. They refuse to let temporary setbacks become permanent conclusions. Instead of seeing failure as evidence that they should quit, they saw it as feedback showing them how to improve. Every mistake became another lesson. Every rejection became another opportunity to grow stronger. Imagine if every obstacle you faced became a classroom instead of a courtroom. Instead of judging yourself for falling short, you would begin educating yourself for future victories. That mindset alone has the power to transform disappointment into determination and frustration into unstoppable momentum. Challenges also reveal the people you truly are. Anyone can remain positive when everything is going according to plan. It's easy to smile when life feels comfortable and predictable. But your true character is revealed when things don't happen the way you expected. Do you panic, complain, and give up? Or do you stay focused, adapt, and keep moving forward? Storms don't build character overnight. They reveal the character you've been developing all along. Every obstacle is an opportunity to strengthen your discipline, your patience, your courage, and your belief in yourself. Each time you refuse to surrender, you send a powerful message to your own mind. I am stronger than this situation. That belief grows with every challenge you overcome, making future obstacles seem smaller because you've already proven to yourself that you can survive and succeed through adversity. Imagine climbing a mountain. The higher you climb, the steeper the path becomes. There are moments when you're exhausted, moments when you question whether it's worth continuing, and moments when turning back seems easier than taking another step. Yet the people who eventually reach the summit don't possess magical abilities. They simply refuse to stop climbing. They understand that every difficult step brings them closer to a breathtaking view that only those who persist will ever experience. Life works exactly the same way. Every challenge is another step upward. Some days your progress may feel slow, but slow progress is still progress. Every obstacle you overcome increases your confidence because it proves that your limits are far greater than you once believed. The struggle is not delaying your success. It is preparing you to appreciate it, protect it, and sustain it once you achieve it. The next time life places a challenge in front of you, resist the temptation to see it as bad luck or unfair treatment. Instead, see it as an invitation to become someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you were yesterday. Every obstacle holds a gift, but that gift is only revealed to those willing to keep moving forward. The greatest breakthroughs often come immediately after the moments when quitting feels most tempting. Your future self is depending on the decisions you make during today's difficult moments. Refuse to let challenges define your limits. Let them redefine your potential. Every setback can become a setup for something greater if you choose to learn instead of surrender, to grow instead of complain, and to rise instead of retreat. When you begin viewing every challenge as an opportunity rather than an obstacle, you unlock a level of strength, confidence, and determination that can carry you further than you ever imagined possible. Once you have cleared your mind of fear, doubt, excuses, and negativity, an important question remains: what will you fill that empty space with? Nature teaches us that empty spaces never stay empty for long. If you don't intentionally fill your life with purpose, positive habits, and meaningful goals, old patterns will slowly return. That is why success is not only about removing what weakens you, but also about building what strengthens you. Every great achievement begins with a clear purpose that gives your actions direction. Purpose is the force that keeps you moving when motivation fades. It reminds you why you started when obstacles appear and why your dreams are worth fighting for. Without purpose, even talented people lose focus and drift through life. But when your heart is connected to a meaningful mission, every day becomes another opportunity to move one step closer to becoming the person you were created to be. Many people spend years staying busy, but never become truly productive because they confuse movement with progress. Being active is not the same as moving in the right direction. Imagine boarding a train that is traveling at incredible speed, but heading toward the wrong destination. No matter how fast it moves, it will never take you where you truly want to go. Life works the same way. Your actions must be guided by clear goals that inspire you to grow. Ask yourself what kind of person you want to become, what impact you want to leave, and what legacy you want your life to represent. When your goals are connected to something greater than temporary comfort, every challenge becomes meaningful. Every sacrifice feels worthwhile because you understand that each step is bringing you closer to a future that reflects your highest potential. Positive thinking alone will never create extraordinary results unless it is followed by consistent action. Dreams remain dreams until someone decides to act on them. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect amount of confidence before taking the first step. The truth is that confidence often comes after action, not before it. Every successful person started before they felt completely ready. They made mistakes, learned valuable lessons, adjusted their approach, and kept moving forward. Every small action you take today builds momentum for tomorrow. One page read, one workout completed, one difficult conversation held, one new skill learned, or one brave decision made may seem insignificant on its own, but over time, these small choices create remarkable transformation. Great success is rarely the result of one giant leap. It is usually built through thousands of disciplined steps taken consistently over months and years. Another powerful way to fill your life with positivity is by carefully choosing the people and environments that influence you. Human beings naturally absorb the attitudes, beliefs, and expectations of those around them. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, complaints, and people who have abandoned their dreams, it becomes much harder to protect your own vision. On the other hand, when you spend time with people who encourage growth, celebrate progress, and challenge you to become better, your own standards begin to rise. Their belief in possibility becomes contagious. Their discipline inspires your discipline. Their optimism strengthens your optimism. While you cannot always choose every person you encounter, you can choose whose voices you allow to shape your mindset. Fill your environment with books that educate you, conversations that inspire you, mentors who challenge you, and experiences that expand your vision of what is possible. Living with purpose also means becoming someone who creates value instead of simply seeking rewards. The greatest fulfillment in life comes from knowing that your efforts make a positive difference in the lives of others. Success measured only by money or recognition eventually loses its excitement. But success connected to service creates lasting satisfaction. Ask yourself each day how you can encourage someone, solve a problem, inspire hope, or leave every place a little better than you found it. When your actions are driven by contribution instead of selfish ambition, your work gains deeper meaning. Every achievement becomes more rewarding because it is connected to something bigger than yourself. Purpose transforms ordinary work into extraordinary impact, reminding you that your greatest legacy will always be the lives you influence along the way. Picture yourself waking up every morning with a heart full of gratitude, a mind focused on possibility, and a clear vision of the future you are building. Imagine attacking each day with energy instead of hesitation, determination instead of excuses, and hope instead of fear. Every decision you make becomes another brick in the foundation of your future. Every positive habit strengthens your character. Every meaningful action moves you closer to your goals. Instead of allowing life to happen to you, you become the architect of your own destiny. You stop measuring your progress by how quickly success arrives and begin measuring it by the person you are becoming through the journey. When your life is filled with purpose, guided by clear goals, and supported by consistent positive action, you discover that success is no longer something you chase desperately. It becomes the natural result of the person you choose to become every single day. As we come to the end of this message, remember this: your future is not determined by your past, your circumstances, or the opinions of others. It is determined by the choices you make every single day. Every negative thought you release gives you more room to grow. Every fear you face makes you stronger. Every challenge you overcome builds the character needed for extraordinary success. The power to transform your life has never been outside of you. It has always been within you, waiting for the moment you decide to believe in yourself. From this day forward, refuse to let doubt control your decisions. Refuse to let excuses steal your dreams. Refuse to let yesterday's failures define tomorrow's possibilities. Fill your mind with purpose, your heart with gratitude, and your actions with unwavering commitment. Remember that success isn't built overnight. It's built one thought, one decision, and one action at a time. Keep showing up, keep learning, keep growing, and never underestimate the incredible power of consistency. There will be days when life tests you. There will be moments when giving up seems easier than moving forward, but those are the moments that define your destiny. Stand tall, trust the process, and remind yourself that every obstacle is preparing you for something greater. You are stronger than your fears, greater than your excuses, and far more capable than you realize. The only person who can truly limit your future is the person you see in the mirror. And today, make the decision to remove every limit you've placed on yourself. So walk out of here with a renewed mindset and an unshakable belief that your best days are still ahead. Empty out the negativity, embrace the opportunities in front of you, and take bold action toward the life you deserve. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Don't wait for someone else to believe in you. Believe in yourself first. Your journey begins now. Your transformation begins today. And your greatest chapter is still waiting to be written. The time is now. Rise up, take control of your life, and become the strongest, happiest, and most successful version of yourself.